Welcome to Hooray IELTS Writing Task 1. This video discusses report writing, table and pie charts. You may be asked to write on a combination of a table and a pie chart. You need to compare and contrast information here. Ideally, you are suggested to write 160 to 180 words. You must summarize and report the main features. Try writing in the passive voice as much as possible. The criteria is the most important part of IELTS writing. There are 4 criteria: task achievement, coherence and cohesion, grammatical range and accuracy, and lexical resource. You must address all the points given in the task. While doing so, you must use proper linking words and phrases to maintain coherence between ideas given. Tenses are very important, and so are other parts of speech. So grammatical range and accuracy is very important. And most importantly, using the correct vocabulary to express whatever is being given to you is also very important. That increases your score in the lexical resource criterion. So this is a sample of what the task might look like. You will be given the time limit. It says here 20 minutes each. So what you're supposed to do is read the task very carefully. As you can see on the screen, there are 2 images. One is that of a pie chart, which basically depicts causes of worldwide land degradation. The other also denotes land degradation, but by region, and this is in the form of a table. You have been given various information here in different sections, and also numbers and places. So when you are looking at a particular task, analyze all of these things and immediately make a note. This is the structure. In paragraph 1, which is your opening paragraph, you will rephrase the topic using synonyms. In paragraph 2, you give an overview of the 2 of the main features. In paragraph 3, which is your main body 1, you mention the first main feature of graph number 1 and second main feature of graph number 2. You will also compare and contrast information over here using the right words and vocabulary. Paragraph 4 will be your main body 2 and closing paragraph. It could be divided into 2 paragraphs. Your paragraph 5 could be your closing paragraph, or you could write it in this way as well. So the first feature of the graph number 2 should be mentioned here, as well as the second main feature. When writing your closing paragraph, make sure you mention the word overall and summarize the entire information into one sentence. Here is a sample answer. As you can see, in the first paragraph, you have your title that has been rephrased based on the image given to you. Words like the pie graph displays. Displays is a good verb to use. It will increase your lexical resource. At the same time, it fits with the context of what is being asked. Again, the words principal causes, it denotes important causes. And it talks about why farming land deteriorates. So if you want a band 8 or a 9, using words like deteriorates is going to be really helpful. You could also write degrades, or the farming land is slowly showing signs of deterioration, although that would be too wordy. So use the words correctly and you will definitely score a lot in your lexical resource. As you move further, you can see that there is a comparison made in the second paragraph of the pie chart. It mentions the pie chart and it talks about the comparisons there. It also talks about the table that has been given here, and there's a comparison using language of comparison and contrast. Really helps. If you look at the sentence, the table shows that Europe has a far higher percentage. Far higher is again degree of comparison used to show up the changes or the differences between the pie chart comparison and the table comparison. And if you read further, you will find words like represents 4 cases, or representing the biggest portion at just over a third. So you're giving an approximate figure over here, if not the exact. So if you're not sure, giving an approximate figure will help you move further, and you will be able to understand how the changes and comparisons have been made. As you can notice, percentages have also been included. So if your pie chart and if your table have got percentages, make sure you mention them. Including figures is very, very important, as they are proof of what you're writing. End with a good answer. Follow the structure and you will definitely get your desired score. Here are some strategies to do this type of question correctly and effectively. You must state the clear overall progression and organization. This basically means that you must properly align the information given in the graphs to the ones given in terms of writing. So a good way to do this is to use the first 2 or 3 minutes to make a rough note. Write down the points that you will be mentioning in each particular paragraph. Then use proper sentence structure and linking phrases to connect them together. Once you're done, ensure that whatever points you have put down also includes the main features. This could be the name, the location, the timeline, etc. Clearly compare the first image with the second. If time and location is given, ensure that you note it down and you mention it while writing. To do this effectively, use the language of location to understand positioning of things, or language of comparison and contrast to show changes or transformation. This could be increasing or decreasing or even steady. It is always a good idea to use good complex sentences as well as simple sentences. You will get more points for scoring in terms of grammar in this particular case. When writing, use the past and present tenses, keeping the timeline given in mind. On the left you have language of change, on the right you have comparison and contrast. You can use this kind of vocabulary. It will really increase your lexical resources score. So when giving examples of something that is increasing, you could say gradually increasing. If there is a fall, you can mention a slight fall. Slight is an adjective describing the type of fall. If you can see that the graph keeps increasing, once again you can use the word kept rising. If you're talking about the end or a level that it has reached, you can use the word reached a peak. Similarly, you can use other phrases listed below. When it comes to comparison and contrast, using words like however, in contrast, on the other hand, whereas, while will really help you understand and give you a clearer perspective about what is happening. But make sure you include them, and that is the most important thing. Now here are some words that denote time and how we can connect them, along with words on observation. So on the left, if you're talking about something that is beginning, you can say to begin with. Or if you're talking about what comes next, you can say following this or next. If you are given stages, you could mention in the subsequent stage, then, followed by, etc. When observing, you can use words like estimates, findings, calculations. You could put it in sentence form. You could say based on this estimate, or based on the findings, or based on the calculations, or the analysis between the two graphs shows that, or the analysis between the two images shows that. When making a comparison, again, you could use words and phrases like in the first case when referring to the first image, or in the second case when referring to the second image. Similarly, you can use the rest of the words. Now, there are often problems that students face. So below are listed some common problems as well as solutions to those problems. What do you do when you write too much? Mostly students are found to be writing too much because there are two images. So they feel that they should include each and everything, and that results in a very long piece of writing. and you could lose the coherence in such a situation. Also, not summarizing and reporting the main features as asked is another issue. The solution to this is pick up two of the most obvious features that you notice, summarize and report only them. Then you can elaborate on them further. The next one is the inability to find the main features. Because of two images, students often struggle with the idea as to what exactly the main features are. A good way to solve this is to look for visual clues. Look at the fall and drop or major trends or changes, and any obvious comparisons that can be made between either the two graphs or within the same graph. Again, the third problem is not grouping information into paragraphs. There's often a confusion regarding this. It is always good to follow a structure. There is often also a tendency to group data from different graphs into one paragraph. Do not do that. A good solution to this would be to take down points based on the paragraph structure, as has been discussed before. Don't write about both the paragraphs in one paragraph. That is not a good idea. Follow the structure very, very strictly. The final point here is making comparisons. Sometimes students include irrelevant data. The questions may or may not have a relevant comparisons at times, and writing about comparisons when there is actually no comparison, that again will affect your coherence. So it is suggested that ignore if there are no obvious comparisons, and at times you will find that the comparison is in the same graph. So when you're preparing in the first 2-3 minutes, make sure you note down all of these points so that your writing goes smoothly and you don't miss out on any of the criteria. Now here are some general writing tips that you can use. Use apt vocabulary or correct vocabulary depending on the kind of image given to you and the kind of situation you see in front of you. Do not use contracted form of words like don't or won't or can't. Use the full form. Do not, will not, cannot. Identify the keywords mentioned. Look at the title very closely. Look at the question very closely. Analyze it thoroughly. Analyze the topic next. Use again the first 2 or 3 minutes. And I am constantly stressing on this as it is very, very important. This will determine the structure of your graph and also the order in which you're writing, the organization and the layout. Use the passive form wherever possible. While doing so, ensure that you use the correct pronouns. Transitional words, if required to show a transition or a change, must be used. It will increase your score in the lexical resource. It will also help you to properly write a coherent structure. Ensure that you mention all the points given. You must maintain the academic style. Do not use informal language or slang. Make sure your ideas are logically organized. That is the end. Thank you.